Hi guys, it's Nancy and we are going to play with the new stencil from Gina K Designs. This is part of the new kit. This is Dazzling Dahlias. It is a very large stencil. I cannot wait to see how this looks. So let's get into it. So I'm going to use the brand new Gina K Designs trimmer. So excited to see this trimmer because this is very similar to another trimmer that I already used. So I already know that I'm going to love the design of this. And let's get into it. So I'm just going to cut my cardstock down. I'm going to go 6 by 6 with this, and we're gonna make a 6 by 6 card, which I don't often do, but I don't want to cut down the design of this stencil. Nice and sharp. Has the grid lines at the top there, or should I say measurements, not grid lines, measurements. And then when you are done trimming, it does have like a little hole there, and you can see that it locks right into place, okay? So I have a little grip. We're gonna grab our little tape. Okay, and this is a 4-part stencil, and it has the numbers down in the corner, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to line that up. You can see it's perfect size for 6 by 6. And I have a little bit of, I don't know what that is, ink or something all over my hands already. Now I went online and I looked up colors for dahlias because I don't know that I've done too many things with dahlias before. And guess what, guys? Dahlias come in any color you want. So I'm going to go in with my best friend's favorite colors. Y'all know what that is. Got some purples here. Light lilac, medium lilac, dark lilac. I'm going to bring in some greens here. Some light spruce and medium spruce. And we're going to bring in the Gina K blending brushes, which I have sitting off to the side here in my blending brush holder. Comes in handy. Oops, I already have the greens. I need the purple brush. And I like to start with my lightest color, so I'm going to start with the light lilac. Should have taped my paper down first. Oopsie. All right, let's do that again. Usually I use like a sticky mat, but I didn't get that out. Okay, I think we're okay right there. Okay, that's the first layer again of the trio, light lilac, medium lilac, and dark lilac. I like to start with the lighter colors and layer my way up to the darker. So that's layer number 1 of the stencil. ready. Now it says down at the bottom here, Dazzling Dahlia 2. I'm going to line that up. And you can see it kind of masks off the first layer that we've already done. I think I had it right the first time, and now I'm second guessing myself. Oops, I think I had my head in the way of the camera too. Okay, yes, that is correct right there. Okay. Okay, so this is the second layer, which we are going to go in with medium lilac. I'm going to use the same brush. And I don't clean my brushes, I just kind of keep them with the same color family. I find that the dirtier your brush, or the more saturated your brush is, the smoother that color goes down. And by the way, I am using the Gina K Whispering White Layering Weight paper. I think that's the name of it, but it is the Gina K paper. It's super smooth, it accepts her ink very easily. But the dirtier your brushes are, the more seasoned your brushes are, the easier it accepts the ink, the smoother that ink transfers. So if you have fresh brushes, get them dirty, use them. I never clean my brushes. Okay. That is the medium lilac purple ink. Okay, that looks very nice. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the third layer, which I think we get into the greens now. So number 3. We're going to use light spruce. Change my brush to my green brush. I start with a light hand, and then as I see I need to add more ink, I can always go back in and add more ink. Start on the outside of the stencil and pull the ink in. In other words, start on like a heavier piece of the plastic and pull that ink in. And then as you have that ink laid, you can pull that ink, any place that has leftover ink, you can pull that ink from the outside of the stencil into the open areas of the stencil. Okay, that is light spruce. Okay, see how nice that combo works. And then layer 4 is again just more of a darker layer to the leaves, giving us more shadow. That's going to be on the inside part of those leaves. Line that. Not only am I lining up the stencil, but I'm looking at the outside perimeter of the stencil to make sure I have not only the inside of the stencil lined up, but the outside of the stencil lines up with the 6x6 paper as well. And for that, I'm going to go in with medium spruce. And again, using the same brush. And I love Gina K's stencils because the floral designs are very easy. So if you are intimidated by stamping, stencils are nice because they're very easy, they're very fast, they're easy to look at, they're easy to layer. You don't need a lot of layers. You can see there's only 4 layers here, so you don't need a lot of inks. You could actually use one ink and just go in with a lighter hand for the first layer and go in with a heavier hand for the second layer. So you really could only use 2 inks, one darker color, or one color, sorry, for the floral, one color for the leaves. You could use one purple and one green and do the same effect, just do it a little darker the second time. Look how pretty that comes out. We could easily keep this as a 6x6 card. We could cut this down and center it if I wanted to do a 5.5 by a 4 1/4 A2 size card. I'm not done. When I originally showed my unboxing video, I showed the new little mini Intri-cut machine, and I cut out the sentiments from the Dahlia kit. I'm going to show that to you guys. All right, so this is the polyglaze sheets from the kit, and I die cut them out with the coordinating dies, and it says, "You are in my thoughts." So we're gonna foil these with diffuse. Delicate Dahlias is what they're called. And here's the coordinating stamps and the dies. So these are Delicate Dahlias. You are in my thoughts. You can certainly stamp these, but I use the coordinating bundle dies. Got the polyglaze, and I used our new cute little adorable friend, the little mini Intri-cut, okay? And so now I'm going to foil this, and we can cut a little border down, and we can make this into a 6x6 card. So let's move this out of the way here. We have the fuse here. We're going to power that on, turn that on to 3. We have a little piece of foil we can grab here. Of course, we want to dusty our polyglaze, dusty the back of the foil. And if you are new to the fuse or new to foiling, I did a video that is how to learn how to foil in 15 minutes with your new fuse. I will have that link down below for you. Once this blinks green, that'll be ready to run through the machine. of Wild Lilac Heavyweight cardstock. Okay, that's ready. We always want to put the folded edge through, and I'm going to hold this and guide that through. Oops, a piece of dust. And I want to hold that and make sure that it comes out the back end. So if you ever have anything get stuck through the machine, what usually happens is you didn't put the folded edge in or you didn't guide it. And what happens is the rollers tend to get a hold of it. So if that ever happens, you want to make sure that you turn the machine off and you have someone help you. And on the back of the machine here is a jam release. And you want to have somebody hold that jam release. And what that does is that opens the rollers. And one person holds the jam release, which opens the rollers. And then another person kind of has to use some very fine tweezers, like makeup tweezers, and fishes out whatever gets stuck in there. Okay. We're going to let that cool down. We're done with the fuse. Okay. While we are waiting for that to cool down before we release it, we're going to bring out our trimmer. Cut this down a little bit, just a smidge. Just a quarter of an inch here. So now it's at 5 3/4 all the way around. And I'm going to cut this at 5 3/4. Or sorry, 6. I'm going to cut this at 6 so we have a border. Beautiful. We want to reveal our sentiment. If that's cool, we always want to let it cool before we reveal it. Oh, I did have a piece of dust in my foil. You can see right there, and it affected my foiling right there. It's a little dust piece right there, but that's okay. Can't really tell. Pretty. Okay. All right, then we want to make a card base. So to make our card base, because we need a 6x6 card base, I need a bigger piece of paper. So I'm going to grab a piece of scrapbook paper, which is a 6x6 scrapbook paper. Okay guys, I am back. Now, unfortunately, this piece of paper is a little larger, so I need my bigger trimmer here. But we are going to cut this to 6 inches. I wanted to show you the other tool that Gina K has come out with, which is a scoring tool. And to use the scoring tool, you are going to slide this across. My hands are a little slippery right now, but you just, there you go. Pull that and it slides right off. And there are measurements at the top here as well. And there are measurements down the side. So you can use this to make scoring, make boxes and things like that. This is 6 inches, so it is right to the edge there. So if you wanted to use that, you could do that to do scoring or make boxes. There is like a very sharp end there if you really wanted to make indentations to do scoring. I know Gina always is doing designs with her scoring and so on. Or if you just want to do simple patterns, you could do that as well. I am just going to cheat and fold this in half and do it that way, because this is a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, so we're going to do it that way. But you can use this also as a bone folder with this end. So we can do that as well. Okay, so we can do that. And then storing, just put this back on. You want to have the flat part down because that's what this grabs onto. So you're going to have the flat part down and then just push it, slide it back into place there. And that will store it for you. And then there's also a new corner notching or corner rounder tool. Let me just put this back into place here so we have our card done. And then I'll show you the corner rounder and the notching tool. And there is our 6x6 card. Okay, and the way that the corner rounder and the notching tool works is you have the corner rounder on this side. And so you're going to put the corner of your paper all the way in and just press down, and you can see it goes from a pointed corner to a rounded corner. So again, we can do that on this side. Oh, I didn't have it all the way in. See how rounded that is? Very nice. And then the notching tool is, let's say we were making envelopes and we used our scoreboard to make the envelopes. Okay, and it said to make the envelope we needed to have a mark at 3 inches and we needed to score from 3 inches. Okay, so I'm just going to make a mark here at 3 inches. Okay, so from 3 inches we needed to have a score line. So we're going to line this notch tool at 3 inches. So I have a line at 3 inches, a score line at 3 inches. We're going to line the notch up at 3 inches. Press down. Now we have a notch there at 3 inches. This is also handy if you wanted to make like a pull-out tab or something like that, a gift card holder, something like that. But now, okay, I have that there. I can now make a score line at 3 inches. This way, and then turn it and make a score line the other way at 3 inches and so on. So this is pretty handy for those who want to make interactive cards, who want to make envelopes, things like that. This is how you would use the notch tool. So not only is this going to make rounded corners, but it's also going to make your notches. So this is a pretty cool little punch device as well. And you have the scoreboard. So these kind of go together. They don't have to go together, but it's pretty handy if you're going to have one to have the other. So we have a punch board, we have or not a punch board, we have a scoring board, scoring tool with a board, a punch and a notching tool. We have a new trimmer. Of course, the new release with the new kit as well, which has the Dahlia stencil. We have the, now trying to get everything out of the way here. And I showed the unboxing video. I'll link that down below so you can see everything I got. I was just so excited to open the box. I ran immediately down here and turned the camera and showed everything to you. So the stencil that I used out of the pack is the Dazzling Dahlia stencil, which is the 4-layer stencil that I already showed you guys. The trimmer showed you how to use that. The Delicate Dahlia's Polyglaze gives you the images. It also gives you the sentiments. That's what we use the fuse on here. So you want to use your fuse, your mink, or some eligible laminators. Not all laminators get hot enough or provide enough pressure. And the fuse machine you can get now in the US, Canada, Europe, Australia. So you want to check the links for that. Again, you have the Delicate Dahlia stamps and the dies, which will cut out the polyglaze. We have the Delicate Dahlia's stencil, which will help color those images in. And then, of course, the little mini Intri-cut, which is what I used to cut that out. So you'll want to check out my unboxing video because that's what I used. And you can get extra plates for that little guy. And then the stamp set that I didn't use yet is the You Are Loved stamp and die bundle. And what I was talking about yesterday was I'm going to make another video using that stamp set with the master layouts 14 and 15. I think this is going to look great with this kind of postal set. You know, this postal set, I think it's going to look great with these guys. So this is what I was talking about yesterday. So stay tuned. I'll be doing more videos with this release. Super excited with the tools that are released. And Black Friday specials. That's out now, starting over at Gina K Designs. I have the links below. Don't forget to make sure you click yes to cookies so that I can get credit. If you have any questions, post them down below. I do answer. And don't forget, if you had fun watching me make this beautiful card or you're excited about this release, to give this video a thumbs up. If you want to learn more about foiling, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I do all things foiling. I am also the host of the group Foiling Snobs Club over at Facebook, where we do all things crafty, but mostly we focus on foiling. So you can join us over there. It's Foiling Snobs Club over at Facebook. But make sure you check out Gina K's group, where there are more designs from the other creators. And don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe and click the bell so that you get more notifications. I will catch you guys on the next video. Do some shopping down below. Remember to click yes to the cookies. Yum, 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 yum. Bye, guys.